You want to know something terrifying? Something that hides in the quiet hours of night. Something that waits for you when your body sleeps, but your mind stays awake. Sleep paralysis is not a dream, it is a prison. And tonight, I am going to tell you 3 real encounters. 3 moments when people woke up, but their bodies didn't. When the darkness watched them, when something in the room breathed with them. The first encounter happened to a college student named Ryan. He had been awake for 2 nights, exhausted and barely holding himself together. He collapsed on his bed and drifted off almost instantly. But sometime after midnight, he opened his eyes. He could see everything, the window, the desk, the faint streetlight, but he couldn't move, not a muscle. He tried to speak, nothing. Then he noticed something near the door, a shape, tall, thin, a shadow peeling itself away from the wall. It didn't move, it watched. Ryan tried to shut his eyes, tried to scream, nothing. The shadow drifted toward him, slow and heavy, each step sinking into the floor. When it reached him, it leaned down until its face hovered over his, and it whispered, "You are awake. I am glad." The voice sounded like metal scraping stone. Suddenly, Ryan snapped free. He gasped and sat up, but the room was empty. Yet the bedsheet beside him was warm, as if something had been sitting there only seconds before. He never slept with the door open again. The second encounter belonged to a mother named Sarah. She had just put her baby to sleep and finally allowed herself a moment of rest. She closed her eyes for a minute. When she opened them, something felt wrong. The air was cold, the silence thick, her body frozen, sleep paralysis. But then she saw it, up on the ceiling, a woman clinging upside down like an insect, limbs bent at impossible angles, hair hanging straight down. Her face stretched into a smile far wider than any human smile. Sarah wanted to look away, but her eyes refused to blink. The creature crawled across the ceiling, fingers tapping softly like nails sliding on glass. With every movement, her head turned more and more until her twisted face stared directly into Sarah's eyes. The creature whispered something broken, something soft, but Sarah heard one word clearly: "Mine." Then the woman dropped straight toward her, face first, mouth open far beyond anything human. Just before it reached her, Sarah broke free and sat up screaming. She rushed to her baby. He was safe. But on her own shoulder, she found 4 small scratches, like fingers. The third encounter belonged to a boy named Jacob, and he never forgot it. He was sleeping in his grandmother's old house, filled with photographs and long, silent hallways. In the middle of the night, he woke up, eyes open, body locked. Classic sleep paralysis. He stared at the wall, unable to move. Then he heard it. Breathing. Not his own, not human. Deep, wet, coming from under his bed. Jacob's eyes filled with tears, but even those couldn't fall. The breathing grew louder, closer. Then the mattress dipped, as if something heavy crawled out from beneath him. He felt it rise behind him, slow, patient, as though it had been waiting for this moment. A cold hand touched his ankle. The breathing crawled up beside his ear, and a voice whispered, "You felt me when you were a child. I never left." Jacob screamed inside his head until suddenly his body snapped free. He rolled off the bed and hit the floor, trembling. When he looked under the bed, nothing was there. But the dust had been disturbed, fresh, a perfect imprint of something that had been lying there just moments before. 3 encounters, 3 different voices in the dark. 3 moments where sleep became terror. And the worst part is, sleep paralysis always comes back, always. And tonight, when you close your eyes, when your body grows heavy, when the room falls silent, if you feel a hand on your foot, if you hear breathing in the darkness, if you see a shadow waiting near your door, remember this: you are not alone.